I'll say it again. That is a splits clicker, and it is not ready for release, but it will be. So I'm going to start. My first split is the 18, which is the 9. 9 is the second dozen, third column. And I will click the 15, 18 split, and if I were betting, it would put it right there where I want it. Okay. Okay, we just had a dealer change a few minutes ago. I've been doing this a while. The last dealer just was spinning like crazy. This guy named Frank, he is in no hurry. He stands there and looks at the wheel for 30 seconds after the bet line is gone. Okay, that's the what? 28. Okay, that's the 13, so I put in the 25, 28 in the clicker. And that's the 13 split, which is third dozen, first column. Okay, now I can bet because I have an oldest. My oldest dozen is the first. My oldest column is the second. So I can't have anything in the first or second. So I'm ready to go. And I started with $783. See what we can do. See what I mean? Look at him. Okay, I think I'll spin it. Why not? I think Dublin does this. I think they're croupiers or dealers, whatever you want to call them, are instructed to bet at different speeds so it'll throw you off. I've always believed that. Why else would they stand around and look? 24, is that right? Yes, it is. That's the 12 split, which is second dozen, third column. Okay, that changes nothing. I put in my 21, 24 on my clicker, and I click it. I can still have nothing in the first dozen, which I don't, and have nothing in the second column, which I don't. So I'm ready to go. Now, if I get a winner, I do nothing to the clicker. I do nothing to my little redneck tracker. All I do is enter the number on the bottom of the sheet as the newest number come, the newest split come, and erase it where it is up above. If a split comes, which is already hidden, but I'm not on it because it's in the older column or dozen, I do exactly the same thing. Nothing changes until you get a new split. You either have to add a puck in the beginning or you have to move a puck once you have 10 down. So right now my splits on my little track sheet are 9, 13, and 12. My dozens are 2, 3, 2. My columns are 3, 1, 3. I have a puck on the 9, the 12, and the 13 split. And I have bet those 3 splits. That's the 13, it looks like. Okay, that's the 13, 16. So I put the 13, 16 in my clicker. And that is the 7 split, which is the second dozen in the first column. Okay, nothing changes. I still can't have a bet in the first dozen, which I don't, or the second column, which I don't. I have to be careful because I get my split numbers and my numbers that came mixed up. Like that 13, That could be the number 13 or it could be the number 13 split, so I have to be very careful. That's why I have my numbers written. The splits are written in black. The actual numbers are written in red. So I kind of keep a red-black going in my mind if I can. Okay, Frankie, spin the wheel. There you go. Is that 30? It is 30. That's the number 15 split, so I put in the 2730. Click it. And the 15 split is the third dozen, third column. Nothing changes. I still can't have a bet in the first dozen, which I don't, or the second column, which I don't. $29. Yep. Okay. So I put the 26.29 in my tracker, and I bet that's the 14 split, which is the third dozen, the second column. Okay, that does not change my dozens, but it does change my columns. There again, why do I get that? Okay, I take everything out of the first dozen, which is none. I take everything out of the first column, which is 2. I guess that's the buggy part, because it put down, I tell you what, I'm going to change a little something on this. Maybe I got it going a little too fast or something. Okay. Number 2 came, and that's the 2-5 split. So I bet the splits. I put in the number 2, which is the first dozen, second column. Okay, that changed things. Now I have to take everything in the second dozen out, and everything in the first column goes out. Sure wish I could get a winner just for fun. What is that? 23. So I'll put in the 2023 in my clicker, and I'll click, and that's the split number 11, which is second dozen, second column. Changes that. Okay, now everything in the third dozen has to go out because he's the oldest. Everything in the first column has to go out because he's the oldest. Yep. Okay, number 25. Okay, that is a dead split. That's one I got a puck on, but it didn't. So that's the number 13. I go up here and take the 13 out and put it back in at the bottom, and that's the 3, 1. That changes that. Changes both of them. I have to take out everything in the first dozen and everything in the third column. It doesn't look like this is going to work. Boy, the first 2 times I played it, I mean, I got hits. Unbelievable. Okay, 16. I got a winner. So I clear it. I rebet them. I take out the 16. There, not 16. I take out the 7 split where it was, and I put it into bottom. 7 is a 2, 1. That changes nothing. I still take out all of them in the 1 dozen in the third column. Number 30. That's one that's already hidden, so I don't have to do anything except number 30 is the 15 split. I take out the 15, I put it down to bottom, and it's a 3, 3. So that changes things. Take out everything in the first dozen and everything in the second column. Okay. Frank is shooting the bull with the pit boss sitting there beside him. But see, that aggravates people like me. If I get the least bit aggravated, I'm probably screwed up. Number 17, that's a new split. That's a number 8 split. So I will put in the 1417 in my clicker, and I'll click that puppy. And the 8 is the 2-2. See if that changes anything. Yes, it does. Okay, everything in the first dozen has to go out, and everything in the first column has to go out. Leaves me with 6 bets. Okay, that is the last of the 10. That is the 7-10. That's the 4, which is the 1-1, which changes everything. Now, the 3-3 is the oldest. Third dozen, third column have to go out. Okay. Now, if I get another split that's brand new, I have to take off the number 9, which is the oldest split. It's the first one that came, and I move it to the excuse me, the newest one that just came. Take it out of my clicker, mark it off my track sheet, and I still have 10 splits. $33. That is a new one. So I take out the 15-18, put in the 33-36, move that there, I click them, I put in the 18 split, and that is 3-3. That means 2 goes out. Alright, the second dozen, second column go out. Second dozen. Boy, that's a lot of them going out. Second dozen, second column are out. Okay. And I mark out the number 9 up here. Now my oldest split is the 12. So I'll put this on the 12. I have a red puck, which is the oldest one. I keep it on the oldest split so I don't have to look for it. Now my oldest split is a 12. Yes. Okay. Okay. I'd like to have a string of winners. Number 5. That's one of the dead splits. So I just click this and I put in number 2, take out number 2. 1, 2. Okay. That changes. I take out all of the second dozen. They're the oldest. And now I take out all of the first column as they're the oldest. Okay, I started at 783. I'm down 19 euro, or 38 units. That's going to be hard to recover from without a progression. And it might be even harder to recover from with a progression, because it might just keep going downhill. Quite a table full of chips they have there. Is that 13? Yep. Where again, that's one of the dead splits. So I just rebet them, and I put in the 7 down at the bottom, take out the 7 up above, and it's the 2-1. That changes that. Changes both of them. Now I take everything out of the third dozen, third column. And I'm left with 5 bets. Finally. Somebody's loaded up on the 2 here, haven't they? Look at that. Dang, I almost got it. 17. Hey, I got a winner. Okay. I'll clear it. All I do is click it. And the 17 is the 8 split. So I put in the 8. I go up here and take out the 8. The 8 is the 2-2. Changes nothing. I take out everything in the third dozen, third column. And I'm ready to go. Amazing thing about this clicker is just, I got some time here, so no, I'm not going to do it either. I'll show you later, because I'll screw up sure as I do. But you can change the value. You can have it put down $1 chips, or $2 chips, or $5 chips. And depending on the table limit, you can change the amount. Like you could put a 50-cent chip and have it put down 3 of them on each number. Or you could put down a $1 chip and have it put down 4 of them, or a $2 chip and have it put down 2 of them. You can do just about anything you want. Now, you're not even supposed to use it for splits. I just found a way to set it up where it would work for splits. I was using it on the flat. The 9V9 really worked well on that. I opened 2 clickers, one for the oldest and one for the newest. Okay, what is that, 7? No, that's damn 34. Okay, that is a split that's never hit. So I come off of my 12 and go on my 34, which means I take off my 21, 24, and I put on my 31, 34, and I click it, and then I go up here and I take off my oldest, which is the 12, and I put on the 16, which is the 3, 1, 3, 2, okay, it changes that. Alright, I take out everything in the first dozen, and I take out everything in the third column, and I'm good to go. Now let's count, make sure I hadn't made any mistakes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, I am mistake free. Holy Moses, how can you figure that? Now this clicker I have, you can open 3 or 4 of them if you want to. So you could have one for this, one for that, one for this, one for that. I don't think I don't think you could ever set it up to do dozens or columns or odds or evens or any of that. I think it's always just would be splits and numbers is all it would do. Okay, let's get a winner. What is that, the number 6? Okay, that's the 3, 6. So I have to take my 14 puck, which is the 26, 29. Take off the 26, 29, and I put it on the 3, 6. And I click them, and I put in 3, which is the 1, 3. I take out the 2. I take out the second dozen, second column. Second dozen, second column, and I'm good to go. Oh great, we got Norman's. He's even slower than Frank. I've been on this Dublin so long, I got to where I know these people's personality. There's this one guy on here that's constantly arguing with the players. I mean, he'll throw his hands out to them and throw his hands up in the air and shake his head and like, you know, I'm thinking, what are you arguing about, man? I mean, the rules are the rules. Okay, that's one that hadn't hit. Okay, so I take out the 21, 24. I mean, I put in the 21, 24 on my tracker, and I take out the 20. Okay, rebet. Okay, now then, I put in the 12 split, which is the 2, 3. I take out the 11. Okay, 2, 1, 3. That's the 3, 3, 3. Okay, I take out everything in the third dozen, and I take everything out in the second column. $2. If I don't start getting some hits on this thing, I'm going to say, hey, it just don't fly. 27. That's a dead split. So I just rebet them. I put the 15 in. Go up here and take the 15 out. 15 is a 3-3. That changes. Now my first dozen is the oldest. Take them out. And my second column is the oldest, so I take it out. Left with 6 numbers. Well, I'm left with 6 splits. I'm betting a dozen numbers. You'd think I'd get ahead every once in a while. Betting a dozen numbers. Now what would I do if I were playing hit and run? Because since the time I sat down here, it has gone steadily downhill. And I'm now 23 units, or something like that, down. 26 units. $26. 52 units. And that's what, the 4? And I'm not even on the 4. That's the 1-4 split. So I take out my 25, 28, put in the 1-4, move my puck to the 1-4, put in the 1-1-1, take out my 13, changes that to a 2. Now I take out, oh, I got a click. I take out everything in the second dozen and the second column. And why did I get $1 there? That makes no sense. Second dozen and second column. Well, I've got it down to where I've learned how to do it. Because it's not a lot different than Mr. Flatman's 9v9. Now I've got what? It's 350. $14 numbers, bet. Surely you can get a winner out of 14 numbers. $21. Nope. 19. Okay, I'm not on the 19. So I have to take out the 710 out of my tracker and put in the 1922. And I'm going to click it. Okay, didn't put any dollars. Okay. Now then, I will take out the 4 split above and I will put in the 10 split, which is the 2-1, which means the 3 goes out. Okay, now the third dozen goes out. And the second column. And now my oldest split is the 18, so I will put my red puck on the 18. Fortunately, I have big hands and I can reach just about from one end of my redneck tracker to the other and keep my fingers on where these things are supposed to go. I actually made it a little too big, but now I have 10 numbers bet. No winners. And a while ago, I said, boy, this plays real even. And as soon as I said that, it just went downhill. Went downhill. Reminds me of a song by, I think it was Queen, called Another One Bites the Dust. What a friggin' waste of a human life. 31. That's one of the dead splits. So we'll put in the 16, take out the 16. 16 is 3, 1. That changes that. Doesn't change that. Take out everything in the first dozen. Take out everything in the second column. That second column has slept for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's been 70 spins since the second column. I'm supposed to take you out. It's been a long time since I saw a 0 on this thing. $17. Once again, that's one of the dead splits. Okay, 17 is the 8 split, so I put in the 8, which is 2, 2. I take out the 8 above. 2, 3, 2. There's the second column. It hit. So now I take out everything in the first dozen and everything in the third column. Yep, that's right. I have noticed since I've been doing this, I've gotten a lot more hits on numbers that are already pucked than I have new numbers. I think I've only moved my puck 1 or 2 times, 3 times, 4 times maybe. The rest of the numbers have been all the others that hit. So you'd go back and say, well, hell, just bet the last 10 splits that came. Forget about the dozens and columns. Just bet the last 10 splits that came. Use a progression, clean up. Well, that's what's happened this trot. Next trot, you don't know. You might go 30 spins and never get a repeater. They just keep coming brand new every time. Break your back. Break your back. I'm going to go to the end of this track sheet and I'm gonna quit. Because I just don't, think I would ever play this. At first, man, I thought it was something because I just got so many hits. I'd get 3 hits within a space of 7, 8 spins. I'd get 3 hits. But that was just an anomaly. Now I've got the other side of the anomaly. $26. Not even on that one. Okay, my oldest splits at 33.36 goes out, and 26.29 goes in, and we click, and we put in the 14 split, which is the 3-2. We take out the 18 split. Okay, doesn't change that, doesn't change anything. I take out everything in the first dozen and everything in the third column. Okay, now then, my oldest split now is the 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have done surprisingly well at keeping this straight. I've got the damn thing down to a science. I mean, if it had just went. I've got about 8 more spins, and that'll be the end of this tracker sheet. That's one that I'm not on. So I take out the 15, I take out the 2-5, I put in the 15-18, and I click that puppy. And down here I put in the 9 split, I take out my oldest, which is a 2 split. The 9 is a 2-3. Okay, that changes things. I take out all of the first dozen, I take out all of the first column this time. Okay, now I got to do my switching around here. The oldest is now the 7. Okay, all magnets in place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stick with it another 7 spins. But I got to say, in all fairness, the gut does the same thing. I have days when that son of a gun, you think, God, never seen anything hit like it does. Hits on 3 numbers, 4 numbers, 5 numbers. And then the next day you get on that damn thing and you'll have 14 numbers bet and it won't hit them. You'll have 13 numbers bet and it won't hit them. 10, 11, 12. I think Ralph probably got it all figured out. It's all luck. If you don't have luck, you just up the creek. 21. Wait a minute, maybe we got a winner. Son of a gun. Okay, we clear it. We do nothing but click it. Okay, the 20. Whoa, now see it put those dollars down. I didn't want that. Yeah, that's the bug in it, yeah. Okay, the 21, that was the 12. So we take a 12. 12 is the 2, 3. That changes nothing. We take out all the ones and the ones. You know, in this whole time I've been sitting here, it's been 48 minutes. I haven't had one back-to-back number in all that time. Not one. That I remember. Maybe there was. And I haven't had a zero in a long time. That's one good thing about this trot. The zeros haven't beat me to death. Number 6. Okay, that's one I'm not on. So I take out the 13, 16, and I put in the 9, 12, and I click it. Now I put in the 6, no, the 6. The 6 is 3, 6. There, I got confused on the damn, I got confused. 6 is not the 9, 12. 6 is the 3, 6. Take out the 3, 6, put the 9, put the, who did I take out of all that? 9, 12, no. Now I'm confused. I screwed up. Okay. And the one that came was the 3 split, which is the 1, 3. So I take out the 3s, take out all the third dozen, and the first column. And I probably am screwed up here. I gotta check it out. Okay, the 6. Well, that's a good time to just call it a day because I cannot figure out what I'm doing. I'm tired and I lost it. Anyway, let me show you what this clicker can do. I'll set it for 2. Now it's going to be 50 cents twice. Set it for 3. it set for 3 now. Watch this. $1.50 on each one. Isn't that amazing? Now I'll change it to just 1, but I'll change it to a $2 chip. Or I could put down 2 of those $2 chips. Isn't that something? When the thing is finished and the bugs are out of it, it'll be released. So, okay, this just didn't work today. Don't know. Don't think I'm gonna mess with it anymore.